Hey everybody, my name is Benny, and welcome to The Fool's Apprentice. Okay, oh my god, it's been a long day again. It's the middle of the week, or actually the tail end of the week. And today, I've been watching some of my videos, the thumbnails, and I am struggling with the lighting. Sometimes I look too light, sometimes I look too orange, sometimes I look a little red, I look a little weird. And I am barely just trying to figure out how to make these videos look nicer. And so that in itself is a challenge because that's one of my goals, right? Is to make my videos look nicer, have nicer thumbnails. Thumbnails. Is that oh my god. Thumb 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 something. Oh my gosh. Thumbnail? No. It can't be a thumbnail. Thumbnail, really? It'll come to me. Oh my gosh. I want to edit this out, but I'm not going to. Oh my god, that sounds so ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to improve my videos. That's what I'm talking about. And just right now, I got really frustrated because the lighting. I feel like I look too orange. Anyways, another thing to try to overcome. So today I'm going to do a hashtag. And I've been thinking about hashtags a lot lately because actually they're quite interesting and I've enjoyed doing a couple of them. So I'm thinking of doing a series called Hashtag Saturdays where I do a hashtag that's already been done, even if it's a long time ago, and then just redo it and just relive those moments because for me those are all new, and watching other people doing those hashtags is all new to me. So it's really introducing me to a lot of other YouTubers, a lot of different decks, and so I think that's what I'm going to do. So this is going to be my first hashtag Saturday deck, or hashtag Saturday hashtag. Oh my god, that sounds so dumb. All right, so which one am I going to do? I'm going to do hashtag forever decks. These are the decks that I would never give up no matter what. And what I found interesting, it wasn't a really difficult decision for me to make. I went, looked at the deck, and I was like, yep, nope, yep, nope. It was just like I knew really, really quickly if this was a deck I was going to be able to give up or not. And I didn't struggle at all. Either I felt one way about it or another. And so there were a few surprises that I left out, which was interesting. So let's get into the decks and talk about them. One moment. Oh my god. One moment. Okay, guys, I'm back. Oh, I had a little panic attack because I was also trying to bring out the guidebooks with the decks that I'll be keeping because that was some of the reasons why I was keeping them. And so I might as well just show the ones that I kind of like, oh my god, I could not have lost them. So two decks that there was no way I would ever give up are the Mysteries of Mary and the Mysteries of the Black Madonna. And these are the books that came with them. These are really, really great books that have such a depth of information that there's just no way for me to use these decks as tarot decks. But I've done a walkthrough of this before, so a lot of these decks we're just going to go through. I love the backs. The paper is a little glossy, thin, but it doesn't bother me. Because the images are so amazing. Sometimes it's difficult to see what it is. This one is six the Holy Child. That's how hard it is to read some of these. Two the Holy Rude. But look how stunning these are. These are actual shrines, and then she intricately just puts all these things together. She's an artist. She's done shows with these around the world. She actually travels around the world to all these shrines that have Madonnas, one sort of another, the Mary. And she talks about those in her book. So let's just pick one. The Five of Holy Rood. So she has a little entry here. She tells you about where it came from, what it means to the people, what part of the world it is in. Just, maybe the folklore with it. I mean, it's just a lot of information. And I just love it. I just feel this real spiritual connection with them. Last year I used them during December. I pulled a card every day. And then meditated on the reading. This year, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to use another deck with this, which if you saw my last video, you know which one it is. I love these backs. These are one of my favorite backs of all time. And for some reason, this cardstock feels thicker, better, not as slippery. Or I love that it's matte. I wish the other one was matte too. But it comes with a card with a seal on it. But these are stunning. I love them. And if I had to choose, I'd say, Benny, you can only have one. I would pick this one. It's not a very difficult decision for me. Mysteries of the Black Madonna. She comes out with them 2-3 times a year in limited quantities. Oh my God. And same thing with the book. She uses a different font with this one. So you got the Great Rose, the Santa Maria de Guadalupe, and then look how much information she gives you. All of this for this one card. She doesn't skimp on the information that she feels you need to know for that particular shrine in Black Madonna. So this is a deck I could not let go of, both of these, mainly because they really fulfill a special space in my tarot practice, which is within my spiritual practice. And I don't use these to read for anybody. These are solely for me. And the other deck, which I actually reviewed during my last video, is the Angel Blessings. This is another deck I will never, ever get rid of. I just find them to be so beautiful and so inspiring and calming and centering that there's just no way that this would ever leave. In fact, this is like, if I had to whittle it down to like the bare minimum, I mean, without question, this is a deck that would stay with me. And then also the book. I mean, it has good information, so it'd be a good deck to also study. So that's another one. All right, so I will tell you guys, this is a deck that it took me a long time to pull the trigger on this one. And I was like, do I really need a mass market oldie deck? But I will tell you, this deck is a complete surprise to me. Complete surprise. As soon as I opened it, it's probably still in order. Yeah. As soon as I opened it, I knew this deck was for me. There isn't anything. I love the backs. There's nothing about this deck that I don't like. I love the colors, the tones, the hues, the color combinations. I love that the magician has a mustache. I like that it feels really cropped in. The art looks like it's simple, but it's not. It just has so much emotion. I mean, it's just a really, really stunning deck. And I feel very excited to have it. And, the thing is that this deck may be several decades old. But to me, it's brand new. And, I love it. It's It's an amazing, amazing deck. And I think this is a really good deck for a beginner. This is a really good deck to study. And in fact, this is actually going to be probably my next deck that I study. It's a really good Rider-Waite-Smith deck. I love the text. I don't feel it takes away from the image. I like the font, easy to read. Yes, this deck is a win. And in fact, this is a deck that I would actually buy and gift to new tarot readers. Definitely keeps forever. Wouldn't get rid of it no matter what. Another one that was a surprise that's a mass market is Tarot of the Abyss. Let me tell you guys, I love the guidebook on this one. She has a really good way of looking at the cards. I'm not big on black and white decks, even though I have several. I just love the way this is done. I like the imagination used with it. Like the Eight of Wands is one of those cards that and the Three of Swords, when I see the typical image of those, it annoys me because there's so much that could be done with them. And people will go really like out there with the other cards, which is really like awe-inspiring. And then you get to the wands and it's like 3 wands in midair. So I really love that she has these birds in flight. I think they're geese. But it gives you, that feel of what the Eight of Wands is. I mean, it's just a stunning deck. I mean, look at all this artwork. I mean, there's so much that you can pull from. Look at that. Look at that, the open head. I think this is amazing. This is a deck I would never want to get rid of, ever. And this is one of those decks that you could study for years and still learn from it. So, yeah, like the backs. Backs are cool. It'd be interesting if they had a deck, this exact same deck, but where the black and the white were flipped. That would be interesting. And the guidebook, it's a good sized guidebook. Has really good information on the inside. It packs a punch. She doesn't have a lot, but there's a lot of information, and her perspectives are really, really unique, I think, in some of these cards. Okay, so the Lubanco, it's actually a unicorn deck. I didn't think I would ever get one. I still don't know if they're ever going to print another one, but I got very, very fortunate, and I got it. I just love the art style. I haven't used it, but maybe a couple of times. I'm just not in a place where I think I can use it, but I want to keep it because there will be a day where I can. I like the cardstock. Cardstock feels very good, like it'll last me a long time. It's not too slippery. It's not rose petal, the sticky kind. So this is a deck that definitely will stay. I just love the aesthetics of it. Guidebook. I love this fool. This fool is so beautiful. Love it. I like the wings, or the idea of the wings there. That's really nice. I like the fonts, the color. I like the borders on this. Good box. Okay. I debated about the Supra. Would I keep the Supra or not? And I decided that I would, for a couple of reasons. And this is like on the edge of I would keep it. Like if of all the decks I'm going to show you, if I had to get rid of one, this one would be it. But I feel that it makes it because it is a deck that is so intricate. It's beautiful. There's just a lot that you can pull from as well on this deck. I like the keywords. I think the keywords are really, really good for this. The quality of the cardstock is amazing. The back's not my favorite, but this is what makes this deck shine, is this book. This is a very, very, very good book. Has a full page of the card, the keyword, the other keywords at the bottom. and then a little write-up. But there's so much that you could do with this deck. And I love that you have all these options. So really, I mean, all the combinations that you could make from, oh, that's pretty. All the combinations of keywords that you can use based on the cards that you put. I mean, this will make thousands upon thousands upon thousands of different readings. And I love the box. I think it's, well, then it's a tuck box, but it's one of the nicest ones I've seen. The quality of the paper is really good. I love that it has the gold gilding on the outside. That's really pretty. It's just an amazing deck overall. Another one that I was very lucky to get my hands on is the Yoyokochi. It's so pretty. I like the box. Now this one I'm keeping because, oh my God, look, there are very few, if any, backs that are prettier than this. This, okay, I'm a little over the guidebook. For a deck that is so culturally based in folklore, I think there should have been a bigger guidebook. Like a significantly bigger guidebook. Something that matches the Supra, at least. Because there's just so much that I don't know about these characters on here. But it is so beautiful. I mean, it has a lot of emotion. I've not used, have I used it? I think I tried to use it once, but quickly realized that I'm not in a place where I can. But this is not going anywhere because there will come a time where I will be able to use it. And frankly, like, look at the artwork. That's amazing. I like the tones. I like the colors. They're very limited. I mean, other than the guidebook, there isn't a thing I don't like about it. And the gilding's really nice, but oh, what a disappointment. Like, I think we would have been better served if it was like, we're going to leave it up to the reader's interpretation. I hope that supposedly she's making a reprint of this. I'm hoping it comes with a more in-depth guidebook. But that ain't going anywhere. I don't care if it has a guidebook or not. All right. The Fedor Pavlov Tarot. This is a mass market one. And you know what? They did an amazing job. The job they did with this guidebook is top notch. This is how it is supposed to be done. US Games. They killed it with this one. The book is fabulous. I love that they have colored images. And I like how he wrote the book, why he picked certain images, why he drew them a certain way. I love that it has such broad representation. You're going to realize that I'm big on color and color hues and tones. I mean, I love that it's not white, it's not black, it's just this luscious buttery cream. It's just a beautiful, beautiful deck. This is another one that I could look at forever. One of my favorite Sun cards. Yeah. And, you know, I like that I could read this with any kind of person. I think this deck covers a broad spectrum of people, identities, cultures. Love it. Okay, I'm going to... Pagan Otherworlds. Really, really, really love this one. I'm looking to see. Yeah, it is. Okay. I want to make sure I had the right book. This guidebook is really, really good. And I like that they, went all out and put a full image on the left-hand side. Love the box. This is another one that has a really beautiful box. It's the same company that made the Supra Oracle. And These images are amazing. I still don't know how to use these, but that's okay. It's a pip deck, not a traditional pip deck. I love that there's some imagery in the background, but the font's okay. I like the color of the font. There we go with the Three of Swords. They do all this other work with all the other cards, and this is the best that comes up for some people. Look at the Queen of Cups. Isn't that amazing? So this is one that definitely would stay. I love this Chariot. Talk about a sense of movement and power and control. Yeah, that's stunning. So another deck that will never, never, never leave my collection. The Devil. That's a little disturbing, isn't it? With the faces in his clothing. Oh man, that's beautiful. Again, awesome cardstock. Love the backs on these as well. And, and I've been watching these hashtags, and sometimes somebody will pull out like, you can't pry this out of my dead cold hand, and I'm looking at the deck going, really? Oh, but that's the thing that makes us also very unique. What we like and what we value and what works for us is so unique to each and every one. And I think it's great that we have so many decks that fit everybody's needs, wants, desires. The Somnia Tarot. I love this deck. This for me is one of the most emotionally drawing decks that I have ever seen. They just bring up so much in me. And it brings up a lot of imagination. Like for me, I think I mentioned this in another video, is like where's this guy going? It's like if he was, for me, captured and held hostage, and he found a way to get loose and use his MacGyver skills to, be able to use the rope and a chair to get out and run into freedom and run into who knows what. It could actually be worse wherever he's going, but it's bad enough to where he's going to go no matter what. And he takes the courage to leap out of a window. I don't know if that's the second floor or the third floor, but whatever it is, he's going to leave. And that's just one card. Look how powerful these are. Love the Magician card, so it feels very, I don't know, cold, like if you're in a dungeon and it's dark and wet with rats all over the place. This deck really makes you look within in a way that you may not necessarily like, is how this feels to me. It's going to bring to light areas that you want to keep hidden. And so I don't think I have another deck that does that or makes me feel that way. So definitely stays with me for that reason as well. Okay, so James Eids. This is his Oracle deck. I'm not his Oracle deck, his Tarot. I got the whole box, but of all of them, the only one that wouldn't leave my collection is the Tarot. I just think it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Again, and if you notice, the colors so far in the decks I've been picking, they have a similar feel to them. They feel like very old-fashioned-y, comforting colors. They're not too bright. They have a sense of being muted. The colors just make me feel very comfortable and at ease. And I love the images, and I love how, if you put them side by side, it creates this image. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that, the landscape. It just all goes together, which I think is great. And I like the size, because and the quality of the deck is amazing. I like that it's matte. It has a cute little guidebook with enough information to be able to work with the deck. So definitely not going anywhere. In fact, I'm gonna keep this one out because I want to use it. All right. Let's see. What else do we got? Okay. Some mass market oracle decks. So, the Sacred Destiny Oracle. One of my 5 oracle decks I would save from a flood. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It really fits that sense of lightness and happiness and summer and spring kind of a feel. I like the keywords a lot in this deck. I just love the images, like simplicity, like a feather. I mean, I love it. I love it. I think they're a beautiful size. I like that they're matte. As you can tell, I like matte cardstock. The backs, the borders don't bother me. I think they're fine. I actually think that they frame the images and make the colors pop really well. So this is one that would stay. And I could use this deck with a lot of different tarot decks, I think. And look at this guidebook. There's a lot in this guidebook. A lot that can be pulled from and learned. So this is another deck that could be a study deck, as well as one of my favorite all-time oracles. I mean, favorite all-time is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. This is another one that's very spiritual for me. I just love the colors. Again, look at the colors. The tones, very muted. Beautiful, beautiful. Numbers, you can do numerology with it. You can break it down to 3. You could break this down to 12 and then 3 again. Down to 2. You know, however you would want to work with this. But there's, oh my God, I love this one, Thunder. There's just not very, I don't think there's a single card that I don't like in this, to be honest. Yeah. And then, oh my God, and then they has this beautiful guidebook that you could work with. So like with the Ghost Dance, you can just work with the essence of it. Or you could just work with the invitation of it. Or the medicine of it. You could work with the essence and medicine. You could pull the Ghost Dance card and then pull 3 tarot cards. One for the essence, one for the invitation, and one for the medicine. And have a spread. I mean, really, really, really good. Definitely not going anywhere as well. This is one of the first decks I ever bought. Okay. And then I like to use the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck with the Priestess of Light Oracle. I wish I had a guidebook like the other one. But this is a good guidebook. I have no complaints about this guidebook. It gives you enough spreads. And then these images, again, very spiritual in nature for me. Like the keywords. I like that they give you multiple keywords that you can use. A lot of feminine energy. I wish there were more. I don't recall if there were any actual male images in here. You know what? Even if there's not, it wouldn't go anywhere. I really love this deck. I love the cardstock. Love that it's matte again. Now, to no surprise, if you've been following my channel, the Kulai Aku Tarot, I'm never going to pronounce that correctly. I stopped trying. Is by far one of my favorite decks. This is in my top 2. But I just love these images. The majors are in black and white. Look at that hermit. Look at all that detail. And then the court cards are all different colors based on the suit. Look at the swords. Look at that beautiful pink. And the wands, the yellow. And then the blues for water, cups, and then the greens for earth. Aren't those amazing? Oh my God. I love this deck. Unfortunately, it does not come with a guidebook. That is the only thing that I can say I'm not happy about. They only made, I believe, 900 of these several years ago. It's out of print. I don't mind showing out of print decks because of the fact that if someone hadn't shown it to me, it would have never been on my unicorn list, and I never would have looked to have gotten this deck. So I don't mind people showing out of print decks, therefore I don't mind either, because if this is your first time seeing it, and just because it's out of print and there's limited copies doesn't mean it can't show up on your tarot table, like this one did on mine. And then the Terra Volatile. Y'all know. I don't even have to show any images. The book came in. God smacked. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, still over the moon for this book. Okay, I haven't told anybody about this next deck. In fact, I didn't think I'd ever get this deck, but she's talked about she's making another printing of it. And so I'm okay with showing it. Even if she wasn't, I'm okay with showing it. It is the Boton Tarot. Oh my gosh, guys. I actually got it. And it was another YouTuber. I had put it on my list on Lisa Popez's Supportive Tarot Facebook page. Every Tuesday I was putting this on, looking in search of. And one of the other people on that Facebook group saw it at a tarot selling site and tagged me in it. She was the first one to make a comment. And when I saw it, there was somebody before me who had PM'd her. And so I messaged the seller and said, so-and-so ended up putting my name, and I'm hoping that counts as me being first. I would really like to purchase this deck if, I could look at some pictures. And so I did my routine on trying to protect myself, and I felt confident that this was the real deck, and it is. I didn't get the indigo color on this side. I got the gold, but I'm not complaining. I like the indigo. The little book. Not a lot of information, really. So, this is a deck that will stay with me forever. In fact, this will probably be the first deck that if she comes out with a second printing that I'm going to buy. I'm just going to buy it, and I'm going to buy it in the indigo if she has it. But look at the backs. This is literally my favorite backs. I just think they're stunning. And if you could see the smile on my face, guys, this deck, beautiful. And I can't believe that I got it. Oh my God. It's just like, I would sit and watch walkthroughs of this, just in awe of how beautiful it was. And if you notice, look how delicate those colors are. Again, within my aesthetic. So if you look at the decks that I would keep forever, I think the underlying theme is color choice in all of them. I love that it's matte. It has a little bit of a sheen. It's linen. I love it. Love it. The line work is amazing. So But I was like, well, the bummer is that I didn't get that big book, and she didn't have that big book that came with it. And so I decided, you know what? Let me do that. Ribbon's a little annoying, but I'm not going to complain again. Oops. So I did an internet search on the book. And lo and behold, somebody was selling it. And guess who got a copy of it? Me! Look at this. With full color images, guys. Oh my God. I love this book. This book is amazing. What I'm hoping is when she does the second printing, that she somehow is able to figure out how to make this book smaller where it could be sold with the deck itself. Because let me tell you, it is so well worth it. This is the information that I feel that I need for the deck. So, yeah, those are my forever decks. And a couple of ones that I was surprised. Actually, let me flip the camera over and I will show you a few of the decks that I didn't keep as my forever decks. 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. I forgot. I do have one more that I would do in my forever deck because I feel it's important to have because it's the base of what my knowledge would be, and that is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone. The one that I would pick is the Neo Rider. I think it's the Midnight Edition. I love this deck. I like, again, tones, the colors. The colors is what I really like about this deck. I went a little fast on that one. But I like that it's matte. I love that the color tones are muted. They're just really, really, really beautiful. I like the cardstock a lot. I like the backs. Look how pretty those backs are. And the guidebook. It's a pretty good guidebook for what it is. So that's another one that I would keep. And it's not because it's my favorite, not because it's the prettiest, or it speaks to me the most. It is because it is the deck that I would always go to as a study deck because it's a clone. And I'm a Rider-Waite-Smith reader, and so it would come along. So decks that I was surprised I didn't pick include the Northern Animal Tarot. I thought this was gonna stay, but as soon as I was in front of it, I was like, nope. I think for a lot of people, this would be one. Is the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. Love this deck. Stunning. Nope. I'm okay with not having it. All right. The Victorian Romantic. There are people who would make this their forever deck. They didn't call me. Again, the Fantastic Menagerie Tarot didn't call me. I was able to get my hands on the Bohemian Gothic. That would be a forever deck. And then the last one is the Jonas Joss deck. Did make it. I sat in front of all of these and I wasn't pulled or drawn to pick them. So those are my forever decks. And I will tell you, like, if I would have saved myself a lot of money had I just bought these and let all those others go. Because I think that is a big enough collection that I could study for the rest of my life and enjoy and not have any other decks. Eventually what's going to happen, I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to start selling decks, giving maybe some away. But these won't be them. And I don't want to get to a point where I have so many decks that I can't use them. Or develop a really deep, meaningful relationship with them. So, there you go. Hashtag Forever Decks. Those were mine. And until next Saturday, this is my hashtag for this Saturday. Bye.